Cheerilee, Marble Pie, A True Love by Stitched Down. For the past few weeks at the rock farm, Marble Pie has been very busy lately, especially when her parents are away to Trottingham to see some family members. She has been asked to look after the farm while Limestone was away also, but she will be returning within a day or so. And Marble Pie said that she could look after the farm by herself and wasn't much of a trouble. But then it happened that she actually received a message from her sister Limestone that she won't be able to go to the farm within the next couple of weeks. And she was wondering why she couldn't returning back so soon. So she actually wrote back to her, and the next day she had the message back and saying that she had actually broke both her legs in an accident, and the doctors told her that she was not allowed to leave the hospital for several weeks. So she had no idea what to do, since Maud Pie was away on her honeymoon with her new husband, and that her parents won't be back for another several weeks either. That makes herself alone at the farm, which at first she thought, okay, this might be okay for me. There would not much be as much to take care of. Just smashing some rocks, sell them at the farm, rock at the market, take care of the basic on the farm. But after only a few days after, Marble started to get a little bit lonely, and since most of her family was away, and she couldn't have them come back. But then there was her sister, Pinkie Pie. She actually had been visit Marble by an unexpected visit, but only at the same time. She was actually there, and she was not unaware that her sister Limestone was in the hospital somewhere else. After Pinkie wasn't told from her sister, she was stunned, and she asked if her parents had come back yet. But Marble just shook her head and said that he haven't come back, and he won't be back for another couple of weeks. So Pinkie asked if Marble wanted to take a break from at the farm and perhaps go to Ponyville with her just for some rest, or at least for a visit. But Marble said that she needed to be here to take care of the farm. Pinkie said that she could actually take a time off from her work and return at the farm and help her. Marble didn't mind if her sister helping her at the farm, so she actually decided to let her stay. But then Marble Pie had actually not expected some extra help. It turns out Pinkie had been asking around some of her friends in Ponyville if they could actually come back with her and helping at the farm. But sadly, most of her closest friends couldn't come because they had to take care of family business. Rainbow had wonderful practice. Applejack had to take care of her family at the farm. Bradley had some upcoming fashion shows in Manhattan, Trottingham, and some other places, so she was so occupied. In Twilight, she had a very hard time, especially now that she had to take care of royalty duties in Camelot for some royal meeting with some other delegations from the several countries. So Pinkie Pie had actually run with her Miss Cheerilee. Miss Cheerilee had actually had doing some rock farming when she was very young, so she didn't mind helping Pinkie and Marble. But Marble was actually very surprised to see Miss Cheerilee there, and she didn't even expect that Miss Cheerilee had any experience at rock farming. But when she actually showed Marble that she had some experience, she was impressed. So Pinkie, Cheerilee, and Marble had just a great time. And during this time, Marble had actually starting to like Cheerilee a bit more for every day that passed. They usually sit at each other next to each other talking about, well, almost anything. Like, Marble told her a little bit about herself and how this is growing up at the rock farm, and that she had never been elsewhere else, at mostly at the farm. Cheerilee told Marble about her career as a teacher in Ponyville and how much she loves to teach others about anything as possible. And Marble was actually very impressed to see that she is a teacher but still has some experience in rock farming. Cheerilee explained why she has some of the rock farm experience. But then, a few weeks later, Pinkie Pie's parents returned with livestock. Livestock now could now walk around, but she had been ordered by the doctor not to do any work for next week or so. And so Pinkie remained at the farm with Marble Pie and Cheerilee. Cheerilee was very surprised that her Pinkie's parents were letting her stay, even that she's a teacher, and they didn't expect that she had an experience. Pinkie and Marble explained to their parents that she actually had helped them so much over those past few weeks when she was there. But then after some time, Pinkie and Cheerilee had to go back home. And of course, Marble thanked Marble and her parents for their hospitality and that she had the pleasure to be at the farm and helping them at any needs, and that they should be grateful to Pinkie that she brought her with her to the farm so that she can help Marble. Because if they didn't have, Marble would have had much more work and she would probably been tired. So just before that Marble saw and said anything else, Pinkie said that Marble was always welcome to come to Ponyville to visit her and Cheerilee. Marble didn't exactly didn't know what to answer, but just nodded, and she actually accompanied Pinkie and Cheerilee to a train station in the next town. But at the train station, Pinkie said that she needed to go buy some candy or something for a trip. So Cheerilee and Marble remained at the train station platform, waiting for the train to arrive. They didn't speak much at first, but then they actually start talking. Cheerilee said that to Marble that she likes her a lot. It turns out during this time when she was at the farm, Cheerilee had actually fallen in love with Marble. Cheerilee was actually more outspoken pony. She actually said how she felt, what she thought, but Marble, she was more a quiet type of pony, but she actually just smiled at Cheerilee. And just before that Pinkie actually returned to the platform, Cheerilee and Marble kissed. It was actually their first kiss together. And then Cheerilee then asked if Marble wanted to come over for a visit, maybe anytime soon, and Marble just nodded that she will arrive there anytime soon. On their way back to Ponyville, Cheerilee couldn't stop looking out the window while Pinkie was eating her candy, talking with other train passengers, and just pass the time. Cheerilee couldn't otherwise didn't say a word during her time, and she actually was just happy to have met Marble for the first time. Because even that they had been meeting for the first time ever, she felt that she had met her special sun pony and was hoping to see Marble anytime soon. It went about 2-3 weeks before Marble actually decided to go to Ponyville as for a visit. Her parents was allowing her to go since she had been taking care of the farm so long without any help except from Pinkie and Cheerilee. Limestone was at first a bit skeptical about this trip by herself, because she had never been outside anywhere rather than the farm without any of the other family members. But this will actually a proof to her family that she's mature enough to being able to travel by herself. And that had also been ensured that Pinkie will be waiting for her at the train station. But when the train arrived to the Ponyville train station, Pinkie was even there. It turns out Pinkie was going to be there, but she had to then get an urgent message from the cake parents that she needed to take care of the twins, so she sent Cheerilee instead. Cheerilee was happy to see Marble, and they gave each other a hug, and a kiss. And they actually went to the corner, and Pinkie was just happy to see her sister, but she couldn't do anything, just look after the twins. Then Cheerilee then explained to Pinkie that she can take care of her sister meanwhile. Pinkie just nodded and said thanks, and they both left the cafe. The rest of the day, Pinkie was taking care of the twins. Cheerilee was actually looking after Marble, taking her around the town, showing her the school, showing her the castle, the library, anything that you wanted to see. And then they actually went to a restaurant just in town to have something to eat. Cheerilee and Marble, they had a lot to talk about during their lunch together. It had been so long they had been seen each other, and Marble then explained to Cheerilee over the time she has been missing her, she had actually been falling in love with her. She wasn't expecting her to fall in love with some pony after just met the particular pony for the first time. But from all the stories she had heard, love in first sight, and she believed it. And Cheerilee noted that she believed it as well. And then they asked each other if they wanted to be a couple, and both said yes. But they decided to tell Pinkie right away, because since she was busy at the time, she didn't want to distract her from her work. So after that Pinkie was finished at the cafe, then they told her, and Pinkie was so more excited than ever. She couldn't stop jumping up and down, and just hugged her sister and saying that she was happy for her. Pinkie otherwise wanted to throw a party to celebrate this, but Cheerilee and Marble said no. And that surprised Pinkie, even though she always throw a party to celebrate something, even if it's a small thing to big thing. But she actually said, why not? They just started in a couple, and this was just nothing. Even Pinkie said things that this was something worth to celebrate, but they decided not to celebrate it as a big party, because they were just happy to have found their special song pony and just wanted to have a relaxing time. Pinkie then otherwise tried to convince her sister to have a party, but her sister just shook her head and left with Cheerilee. Of course, Pinkie had to accept her sister's wish, so she didn't throw a party, but she told her friends, and they were just happy for her hearing that her little sister had found a special song. And when Marble actually returned back home, she informed her family about her and Cheerilee, and she was expecting that there would be like some sort of anger or confusion, but there was nothing like any of that. It was actually more of happiness. Her parents had just waiting for a long time to see her to find a special song pony, even if it's a mare or a stallion. She was just happy to see that parents was approving this. and Pinkie. She had actually been so excited, and when Marble and Cheerilee had been together for about 6 months, then they allowed Pinkie to throw a big party to celebrate. And it was a great time, because it was also around the time when Heartswarming Eve was around approaching. Lane had been talking to celebrate together with her family, but sadly, Marble's parents had to leave the rock farm with her sister to celebrate with some other family members in Trotting Camp. So Marble would be alone except from Pinkie. So Cheerilee invited Marble to celebrate with her in Pony, which she didn't mind, and it was just a great time for them both together to celebrating a big holiday as a first time. And only about some time after this holiday, Marble and Cheerilee had a small fight, but it wasn't anything serious, but they just had a small fight where to sleep. Like, Cheerilee wanted that they could share a bed together, but Marble could say that she couldn't sleep on the couch, but then they decided to sleep in the same bed, and just it didn't take long for them both to fall asleep. And over time, Cheerilee's and Marble's relationship only grew stronger and stronger. Pinkie and her family was just hoping someday soon that Marble should settle down with Cheerilee and have a family. And it actually didn't take that long. Only 3 years after being together for 3 years, they were actually being engaged. Cheerilee asked Marble to marry her, which she said yes, and they actually celebrated their honeymoon in Crystal Empire for about 2 weeks. But then it came some time after that when they both had been encouraged by their parents to starting a family, but Cheerilee and Marble said no. And that surprised her parents because they were expecting that they should start a family sometime soon after the wedding, but they didn't. They said that they wouldn't wait to start a family because they had just been married and just moved in together, and they just want to have some time by themselves before deciding to have a family. But they said that they will inform them when they are ready to have a family. It took them nearly 2 years before they decided to have a family, because during this time, Cheerilee had just wanted to have a daughter or a son to teach. Every time she went to school, she saw the students and she thought one day it could be one of her own children sitting there as a teacher too. So they actually decided to ask Twilight for help. Marble decided to be a mother first, and she had a son. And then only about 3 years later, Cheerilee decided to be a mother, and she had a daughter. But then she wanted to be a mother again, but during her birth of her daughter, there were some complications, and then it made it impossible for her to be a mother again. So Marble decided to be mother a second time, and they had another son. And that's how Cheerilee and Marble Pie found a true love and got a family. The end.